Hello, everybody, and welcome to this interactive webinar with Mentimeter. We are just about to get started here. I can see that plenty of you already have joined the presentation, and that is great that you have that. I have a question here where I'm asking, in which settings do you use Mentimeter? And if you haven't already, now's a great time to take up your phone or open a new tab on your computer and go to menti.com. And then we have the code here today, which is 74031889. Or if you have a camera on your phone, you can just scan that QR code and go directly to come and vote. We also have, I'm going to copy this link. We also have a voting link if you just want to use that. Come and vote. So you can just click on that link and let me know what you use Mentimeter for. We have a bunch of answers here. We have training, presentation, webinars, workshops, speeches, higher education, chemistry class, journal prompts. So as you can see, there are a lot of different ways in which we can use Mentimeter. Super cool. We have 25 people in the chat and 20 on the Menti. That is great. I have turned on the comments from audience. So if you like something that you see or just want to comment a bit, you could always send a little comment in. There we have one. Amazing. That's great. And I've also enabled the Q&A in Mentimeter. So if you're on the Menti and you have a question for me, you could just click on open the Q&A and you'll be able to ask your question. Very nice. I can see that in the word cloud here, the bigger the words are, the more answers for that word. And I can see workshops are the big ones here. Workshop, training, and of course, presentation. Wonderful, folks. I think it's time to get this show started. So this is a next level presentations webinar in Mentimeter. And today we are looking at how to take your Mentimeter presentations to the next level. So we won't really be covering the basics here. If you're looking to learn the basics, we have actually a webinar coming up on Thursday called the Getting Started webinar. I'll send a link to that shortly. But today we're looking at bringing it to the next level and how you really can get the most out of Mentimeter. I see here that we have 3 thumbs up already. Let's go ahead and see if you can give me some more thumbs up. Okay, we have 4. I want to make sure everybody's participating here. So remember to go to menti.com. All of the answers will come in live, as you can see. Thank you, Astra. Astra just put the Getting Started webinar in the chat. So if you want to learn the basics of Mentimeter, go check that out. But today we're taking it to the next level. I have 12 thumbs up. Great. A quick checklist before we start. So as I mentioned earlier, this will be a bit intermediate level. Get ready to participate. I have plenty of questions for you. This webinar is being recorded right now, so everything that you see here is recorded, and I will send it to you afterwards. So just check your email or stay in this browser, and you'll be able to watch it again if you happen to come in a bit late or need to leave early. We have my wonderful colleague Astra with us in the chat. Astra, how you doing?
I'm doing really great. I'm looking forward to leveling up and learning a little bit more about Mentimeter myself. How are you doing, Oscar?
Nice, I'm doing great. I said earlier, you have a nicer background than I do.
It's just a curtain, so, no pressure, no pressure.
Awesome. So everybody, Astra is here. I'll be leading the session, but Astra, you'll be helping out with, what will you be helping me with exactly?
Any questions that you guys have that are smaller questions and not questions about the presentation and what's going on, those please put in the Menti for Oscar to answer when it suits him. Otherwise, any help that you need, just ping me in the chat and I'll make sure to help you guys and have a good time.
Yes, of course. Great, Astra. So yeah, Astra will be helping me. Any questions, if my sound goes out or you can't see my video, whatever, just pop that in the live storm chat. Thank you for that, Astra. We also will do a Q&A as Astra mentioned. So if you have any questions for me, just open the Q&A in the Menti and send them in, and I'll be doing a live Q&A at the end. With that said, let's get going. A short introduction of your host. My name is Oscar Sverlov. I am the educational content specialist, so I deal with teaching users how to get the most out of Mentimeter. I host the Menti Academy. Just a quick survey. Thumbs up if you know the Menti Academy, and thumbs down if you don't. I'm just curious to see how many people. Okay, there seems to be. Okay, there's like a bit more people might not know. Oster, if you want to send a link to the academy, no stress, but that would be great. We actually have a full learning platform on Mentimeter, free courses that you can take. You get certified and everything. So if you're looking to learn more, I love music. I love listening to music, playing music. I also love eating popcorn. Um, I get a full slide about myself, but I would like to hear a bit about my lovely audience. And I'd like to get to know some expectations. So, once again, go to menti.com and kind of an open question here just to see where people are at. We have 29 people with us here. I'd just love to get some expectations. If you're looking to learn anything specific you want me to cover, or just general tips maybe. So once again, menti.com, and today's code is 740318889. And all the answers will come up live here. So once you submit it, it'll come up. Let's see if we have any here. Nice. We have a university teacher wanting to learn more about how to wow my students. I like that one. Okay, here's more like a general tips. Yeah. Oh, new things I didn't already learn at the academy. Oh, so you can learn quite a lot at the academy, maybe, perhaps. Used to be more menti, learn funky out of ordinary presentations. Cool. Let's see if we can get funky today. I like that. Open book. Yeah, if you're a first-time user, I do recommend the getting started. Astra sent that in the chat. That'll walk through the basics on how to get a presentation like this. About the material they are reading, studying. Yeah, this is a good one. Get that participation up, right? Learn new interactions. To elevate my presentations for journalers. Not sure if I'm using Menti to the fullest. Okay, so I think a lot of the points here, actually, we're gonna be looking at a lot of these. I'm gonna talk about engagement tips. We're gonna be using Menti throughout the whole thing, so you really get to see like general tips and capabilities as well. I might have a few new features for you. Depends on how much you know. We're continuously updating the app, so hopefully you'll see something new today. And yeah, kind of look at how we can get the fullest out of Mentimeter. To learn how to use feature of Mentimeter, I know how to do Wordles, really comments, but what else can I do? Also integrated PowerPoint, Director of Teaching and Learning. Great. If you have issues with anything, if your PowerPoint integration doesn't work, throw it in the Q&A. We might be able to look at that towards the end of the session. Great, folks. Thank you so much for these expectations. This is really good. And I like to use this open-ended question type. It's super easy. I'll just show you behind the scenes what I'm doing here. Here I have my presentation, all my slides. And early on, I like to do what I call an audience check-in here. And just have, an open question and get some expectations. And this really helps me to see what level everybody's at, but also for the audience themselves to really make their voice heard and maybe steer the direction a bit of the presentation. So thank you for this. I have another question that kind of helps me understand you a bit better. We have people probably from all over the world, but I'd like to know if you have used Mentimeter before. Are you maybe a super user, or you've only voted a few times, or you're not sure? Okay, we seem to be, are we being humble here? I don't know. Do we have super users? Asta, what level would you say you are at? I'm really curious. Asta joined us recently here, but where would you put yourself?
I would say I've used it a few times.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a super user yet, but I think with a couple of webinars like this, I could probably get there.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Maybe that's a broad kind of term here. We can see the majority here. A few super users. Let's check. We have 4 super users. Good. This is really good. We have nobody who's wondering what Mentimeter is, or nobody saying nope. Great. This means that we can kind of move on to some other cool features. A few people have only voted on presentation. That's totally fine. I've only used the free version, which is quite limited. Yes, it is limited in some ways. There are a few things that you can do to kind of uh, get the most out of the free account. I think, Astra, when you have time, I think we have a webinar on YouTube called How to Get the Most Out of the Free Account, if you're running the free, of course. Great. Thank you for this, folks. I think it's time to look at what we're going to talk about today. So we're obviously going to look at some advanced question types and how you can use those in your presentation. We're getting some love for that. I used it a lot, but still pretty simply. Yep, good. Hopefully you learned something new today. We're going to look at how to export and analyze your presentation data. This is something that is fairly new. We'll see how many people who have actually analyzed their data. We're going to look at my top presenter tips and tricks. And finally, we're going to do a live Q&A. So if you have any questions, put them in the Menti. And then, of course, I'm going to give you some useful additional resources at the end of the webinar. All right. Enough talking, folks. I think it's time to get into the advanced question types and really look at some examples of what you can do to take your presentations further. And we're going to start with the scales. Now, this isn't necessarily an advanced, but it features some advanced functionality. Thumbs up if you've used the scales, thumbs down if you haven't. Okay, looks like nobody. Okay, one person has used the scale. 2, 3. Okay, good. Some of us. It looks like maybe half or a third at least. So anyway, the scales allow you to rate multiple statements, okay? Instead of having a one select answer, you can rate multiple. You can set custom high and low value labels, and you can also measure the results over time with the trends feature. And this is super powerful, especially if you're asking the same question to like different groups, or you're hosting the same session. Let's take a look at an example here. So this is an example of the scales. What do you, and I'm asking here, what do you find most challenging about speaking in front of an audience? And here I'm asking about engagement, script, deliver your message, or keeping time. And as you can see in the Menti, you'll be able to rate these statements depending on if they're not challenging or very challenging. So let's see here. I'm going to put in a few as well. And this is great. And you know, here's Menti in action. Everything is coming in real time. I can see down here I have 9 answers so far, and I get this live data on my audience. Okay, I can see that most of us have a hard time engaging your audience. Well, keeping time isn't maybe that important. I don't know. And if I hover over here, I'm able to see the individual answers, right? So I can see a lot of us, 5 of us said a 2 on this, right? Staying on script, 1 over here. And this is great. Gives me a great overview. But where the scales really shine is with the trends feature. And I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to hover over here on the right-hand side, and I'm going to click here on Show Trends. And look what happens now. Boom. I am able to follow the progress of the answers over time. And this is really cool and really, really useful if you're using the same session. Mind blown, yes. Yes, this is super nice. And this really adds so much value, right? So for example, engaging my audience, we can see here, it looked like it was tough in the beginning, right? You know, first sessions, maybe during COVID, I don't know, it's tough. And then it went down, right? Maybe people started using Mentimeter. Staying on script has kind of stayed in the middle. It also went down. Delivering your message, ooh, that's been tough, right? But that also went down. Keeping time, kind of up and down. So once again, this is just an example question. You know, the answers here might not be accurate since it's just an example, but this shows how useful this is. I know we have a bunch of teams here at Mentimeter who do check-ins every week, and they check stress levels and and are we reaching our goals and whatnot, and they'll be able to follow that. So this is cool. The only thing here which is important is that you use the same presentation. So I have this presentation here. It's called Next Level Presentations 2022, and I've done this all year, but I've done the same one. So after each time I've hosted this webinar, I've gone here to manage results, and I reset the results. Okay, I'm not going to do this because I like the results here, but I reset the results, and that clears everything, and then I can go and present again. And that's how you get the trends. Super cool. We have a full tutorial on this on YouTube. Astra, if you want to find it, it's called like Analyzing Trends in Mentimeter. You could put that in the chat when you have time. So that's cool. The trends. Let's move on to my favorite. And this is actually an advanced question type, even though it's not like particularly advanced, maybe. It's called the pin on image. Thumbs up if you've used it. Thumbs down if you haven't. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, not a lot of people have seen this one. 2 of us have. 13 people. 3. Okay. So super simple. You can upload any image. Okay. You could just upload any image that you want, and then the audience will place a pin on that image. Super easy. And this really allows to have like a fun, kind of lighter way to either start a presentation or check in with your audience. And I like to show and not tell. So here is an example, and it's a simple question. Where are you from? And people can just put a pin and hit submit. While people are asking, yes, this is great for breaking this. Astra, could you write Joao and have him bring me a glass of water? I'm getting it's a bit dry in here. So while people are answering here, if you just want to write him on Slack, and because he knows where I'm sitting, if he could bring me a glass of water, that would be amazing.
Will do.
Thank you. Great. So as we can see, as with everything, the answers show up in real time. We have a cluster here. Let's see, is that the Netherlands, maybe? This isn't super detailed. It's just a broad overview, right? We won't be able to go into like provinces here. We have India, Southeast Asia, South Africa. Oh, it was Netherlands. Great. Brazil, a lot of US, Canada even. Could that be Edmonton maybe? Is it that far east? Edmonton, Calgary maybe. So yeah, super fun, super simple. All I've done here, Winnipeg, yeah. So all I've done here is I have chosen the pin on image, okay? And then I've uploaded an image here of a world map. And then once I hit present, my audience will join. I mean, you know how it works now, right? My audience will join with a code and then put a little pin. Great, let's look at another example. Maybe this is more, so you know, the world thing, that's a fun one, but this might be a bit more useful maybe to kind of check in with your team. So if last year was a theme park ride, which one would it be? Okay, we have a roller coaster, 2 roller coasters, yeah. See if I can see these colors. Let me go change that real quick. Just gonna go, I'm on the pro account here, so I could change. If we can see the colors a bit better. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, once again, just a fun example, and really, it's up to you, like how creative you want to get with this. You can literally upload any picture you want and just have pins. We also have, that's a fun little feature, maybe a new feature. We also have a correct area. So I could show, okay, wait, let me just go reset this. So I'm gonna hide or close. Thank you. Thank you so much, Al. So I got my water here. Thanks to both of you. Thank you, Astra. I just want to show the correct area. So I'm just gonna close that voting. And then I am going to, not yet. I'm going to reset the results for this slide. I like to reset for the whole presentation, but I'm just going to do it for this slide. And then, yeah, I can add a correct error. So let's say we actually wanted a correct thing here. I could set that. And then since I reset it, you all can come vote again. Maybe if you refresh, it should work. And then if I want to show the correct area, I press enter and shoof, we get the correct area. Fun, easy, simple way of just getting that visual interaction, right? All right. Ooh, this is a good one. Vote segmentation. Thumbs up if we've done this, thumbs down if we haven't. Okay, we have one who's done it. Okay, but 10 haven't. Another great feature, and all of these features, by the way, are available in all accounts, free or paid or whatever. So even this one. This allows you to analyze your audience in a deeper way, everything in real time. So you can segment the results based on what participants answered in previous questions. And we're going to look at a demo of this, and I just want to inform everybody about the conditions here, because for some people do it and are like, why is it not working? Well, you need 3 things here. First up, you need 2 multiple choice questions. Send me the heart if we know the multiple choice question. I think we know that one. Yes, I can. I'll show that. I'll show that now. Okay, good. A lot of people know the multiple choice. So you need to have 2 of those. You can't have more than 10 answer options each. Okay. So you can only up to 10 answer options, and you can only allow the audience to vote on one of those options. If you have those conditions, then you can segment the votes. So let's look at one example here. What is your favorite slide type in Mentimeter? Is it the word cloud, open-ended, scales, or maybe you don't know? What's happening here is that we're getting a few different colors. And this is really cool. And hopefully you understand what's happening here. So I asked you earlier in the webinar if what your level was, right? Are you a super user, you used it a few times, or if you've only voted on a presentation. And amazing, yes, this is super cool. As we can see here, depending on what you answered in the previous, the bars will change colors, okay? So we can see here, for example, that for people who have used it a few times, 56% likes the word cloud. The people who have used it a few times really love the scales. For those who have only voted, well, they don't know, right? That makes sense. And for the super users, interesting here, the super users are spread out, right? We have like word cloud, open-ended, multiple, quiz, because they're specialized, maybe, right? You double down on one thing. So this is super cool feature, and it's really easy to do. All I have here is, if I've added a new slide here, and I'm using the multiple choices, the first one right here, okay? And I'm asking my question here, what is your favorite slide type? And I put in the options here, and then I scroll down, and here I can fill in segmentation, okay? So I can choose to not have segmentation, and then that's just a regular question, right? But if I segment it to have you used Mentimeter before, boom, it changes. Super cool. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you another way to do it. So let's look at another example of segmentation and how you can use this. And everything is still anonymous, right? But we're using this to leverage kind of the data. So I'm asking, where have you mostly been working these past weeks? Is it from the office or from home? Also, by the way, I can just click on the bars to see the percentages here. Okay, 57-43 home office. That's great. But interesting, we still have home office workers. I mean, maybe that's a new norm, right? So this is my first. My home is my office. Oh, haha, that's good. So here's my first question, right? First multiple choice, 2 options. I go to the next one here. Second multiple choice. How have your stress levels been these past weeks? Okay, boom, 100% high. 60-40 split. Yeah, fair enough. I guess people have split home and office, but this is just for an example. And now, once again, I'm going to hover here and I'm going to click here on show segmentation. And I'm going to segment it to from where have you mostly been working. And we can see here that we get a nice little split from home or from the office. If someone joins in the middle of the presentation, great question, then we get the unknown. Okay, so somebody who didn't answer, they're green here, they're unknown. But for the other ones, they're known. Yeah, interesting. Office workers, it's been stressful, but when you're working from home, you're medium, and low also tend to be working from home as well. So segmentation, super cool. Check it out. I don't know if we have a tutorial on this. Maybe we do. Ulster, you can check it. I'm not sure. Great, folks. How we doing on time? Okay, we don't have that much time left. I'm going to quickly talk about downloading results. How many have downloaded results? Thumbs up and thumbs down if you haven't. Okay, looks like, okay. Good. Then we don't need to do that. Obviously, then you know that you can download the results, the whole presentation in PDF or as an images. How many have seen the Excel export? So exported it to Excel, thumbs up, thumbs down. Started embedding live results. Yeah, that's next level. You can actually embed live results by clicking here, share, and then embed live results under presentation sharing. This is really cool. Okay, but it looks like half of us have seen the Excel. I'm just going to show this real quickly because we've updated the presentation results here, and this is really cool. So once I get results, so any votes like a thumbs up or a pin or anything, I'm going to get this blue banner here. Okay, and I'm going to click View Results, and this takes me to the results page, and this gives you a high-level overview of your presentation. So I get here, and this is really nice to have. This is fairly new that we rolled it out, but I found it really useful. Like, okay, 2 questions, maybe not so many questions today. 408 votes. We had a lot of participation, right? Most popular reaction, thumbs up. In this case, yes or no, so that's good. 26 participants, 36 slides. And then here I can see the distribution, and then here I get all of the slides with the answers, right? Have you used Mentimeter before? You get those answers. I get our segmentations here, right? So I can download these in Excel. I can also export them to, I can download a PDF and I can also export the results in Excel. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to see if I can pull up. Okay, just going to give you a quick overview of what it looks like. So here we can see what happens when you download Excel. And what happens here is I get every single answer that I've gotten to this every session that I've held, right? So we have all the answers here. And you can also break it down into sessions, what happened in each session. And this is the best thing. I get all the questions as well. So all the questions you have here in every presentation that you hold will show up. Super nice, super useful. I do recommend checking that out. Can you see my screen? Yes, you can. So before we go to the Q&A, I see that we have 2 questions. I'm hoping for more. I'm going to talk about some top presenter tips. So you've seen all these questions, but how do you actually go and present? And my first tip is to use the keyboard shortcuts. Thumbs up if you've used them, thumbs down if you haven't. I want to see how many people know the keyboard. Okay, we have some love for the keyboard shortcuts. Okay, it's like 50-50 even though. I'm happy you found that. So if I hover here, I can see hotkeys. They changed it. Shortcuts, hotkeys. Export is from all sessions. No, it's from the current session. But put that in the Q&A. I didn't read the whole question. Put whatever you had there, add it to the Q&A. Thank you. Open hotkeys. We're able to see all of the quick hotkeys in Mentimeter. Super useful. So by just clicking on my computer, I can show the vote code. I'm pressing I here. That's the instructions of the QR code, right? Super great if I'm hosting from a new audience. I just go, hey, here's the code. I can close the voting. And what happens then is you'll see in the app that voting is closed, but then I can take it off. Boom. And you can vote again. I could turn on, turn off comments. I could hide the results. So you can really, I can put on I can say, okay, we have 2 minutes to answer. I can put on a timer, everything with the keyboard. So that's a really cool one. Thank you, Asta. She put the keyboard shortcuts in the chat. What about Mentimeter? Thumbs up if you've used the Mentimeter. Thumbs down if you haven't. Let me see if people have been using the Mentimeter. Okay, 4 of us, 3. Okay, not a lot of people have. The Mentimeter, super cool. I'm going to pull it up here just to give you a full demo. So with the Mentimeter, I can actually control the presentation from my phone. I don't really have internet. I have internet on my computer, but not on my phone here. Let me just go find it for you. And this is a great way to also get presenter notes. Next level presentations. Can I not log in? Okay, I can't show it on the phone right now. My internet is not working, but what I can show you is what it looks like here. And that is if I click on the right side here, I can click on Open Mentimeter. And this is our presentation remote. Also, you can add notes. I've added some notes here in presenter notes. I've just written here are my notes, right? And they come up in the Mentimeter. And I know this looks a bit scary, like on desktop, but if you get it in your phone, you're able to follow the results and click to the next slide from your remote. Check that out. Let's look at some more tips. That is to add hyperlinks. So we can actually link stuff in Mentimeter. So here, for example, I have a YouTube tutorial. And if you click on that, if you're on the Menti, just get a refresh. Okay, it's not letting me click on it. Sorry, folks. Yes, there we go. I can click on that and I get straight to the YouTube tutorial. Have you seen this? Thumbs up, thumbs down if you haven't. I just want to know if we know about this. Okay, like some of us. Different. It's the same haircut. I just put my hair up. I do recommend that you use this towards the end of the presentation and not in the beginning because you don't want people like now I'm not in the Menti, right? So I think my best practice is to wait for this. Super easy to do. All I need to do is find a website. So I might go to mentimeter.com/blog. I copy that URL and then I can just put in here blog, and then all I do is hover and then click this little link icon, and then I paste my link. And then you'll see when I go live, we have the blog. Super easy to do. And it's a great way to like give people a call to action, right? So you have your final slide, and then you just click this. Let's see if it works. Yes, it does. I'm on the blog. All right, folks, we have, let's see how we doing on time. We have about 10 minutes to go. I am now going to move on to the Q&A portion of this presentation. I really would love for you to all participate here. So go to menti.com, put in that code, and click on open the Q&A. And also, if you see a question that you like, you could actually put a thumbs up to that question. And then that will rank higher and show higher. So let's see here if we have any questions. First one, what is the difference between multiple choice and select answer? Let's look at that, folks. So multiple choice. Actually, let's just do a new slide here. Multiple choice is our go-to polling question type. So when you're asking about what people think or what they're, if they've used Mentimeter for, or their favorite slide type. So, for example, yes, no, not sure. Okay, and once I go and present this, you have as much time as you need here. Your answer, everything comes up. There's no stress really here. It's a great way to gauge knowledge. You can hide the results if you want, but you get that in, right? Now, if you use the select answer, we go into what is called the quiz competition. And this is different because this is going to be time and points based. So let me just check here. 14 million. So here, this is a quiz. How many users does Peter have? 2 million, 12 million, or 14 million. And what happens in the select answer is that you have to select an answer that is correct. So in this case, it's the third one. And here I get the option to put how many seconds I'm going to answer. And this is a short question, so we'll just do like 5 seconds. And you can choose if you want faster correct answers to give more points. And what we'll see here is that there's a leaderboard added to this, and we're going to see who answers this fastest. I'm just going to change this, and the winner is. So once again, multiple choice, super simple. It's just a polling, but when we go into the quiz, you can actually put in your name. So we have 12 players here. Let's see if we can get some more players in. Go to menti.com, 7403. It's just for fun, but just to see what it looks like. Okay, I'm happy with 12. Once I'm ready to go, I'm going to press enter to start. Okay, we have more people joining. That's good. We have time. Okay, so once we're ready to go, I'm going to press enter. And we're going to see that a timer starts and you're going to be able to answer. But remember, it's only 5 seconds here, so you better get ready. As fast to get more points. How many users does Mentimeter have? Is it 2 billion? Is it 14 million? Or is it 12? Ooh, hurry up. Ooh. Okay, 5 seconds is way too little. 14 million is the correct answer. And as you can see now, you'll also get to know if you got the correct answer, right? Let's see who was the fastest. Bart, Ronald, Manu, Estelle. Oh, and congratulations to Bart. Who is the fastest here? 929 points. Obviously, you can add way more quiz questions and have leaderboards and really make it into a fun competition. But that is the difference between the two. Going to mark that as answered. Can the free version be integrated into PowerPoint slides? Yes, it can. Astra, if you want to send the PowerPoint YouTube video tutorial, check that out. That is how to integrate it into PowerPoint. Can I see the results in a PDF document? Yes, you can. All you need to do is view results. So once again, this little button here, view results. And then I can just click here, download PDF. And I'll get everything in a nice little PDF. If you want the individual slides, you could also just click this little button here. Great. Let's move on. That is answered. Export to, it looks like the exports from all. Yes, correct. That is from all of the sessions. So even if you reset the results, when you export them, you'll get them in the Excel. Good observation. That is correct. How do you show the Q&A in your presentation? Well, I have a keyboard shortcut, and that is Q. Where is it? Oh, it's not in here. There it is. Q&A show questions. So at any point in my presentation, I'm asking, how's your stress levels been? I can press Q and pull up the questions. Also, I have a slide type that is dedicated here. So if you go to new slide and you see this slide here, Q&A, that's a dedicated slide type. So let's go. So here, slide 28 is a Q&A slide. So that's how I show it. Can you use Mentimeter on webinar, like GoToWebinar? Yes, you can, as long as that webinar platform allows you to share your screen. You can do that. Or if you want to embed the live results. But the easiest thing is share your screen. I'm using this in Livestorm, and I have a separate screen here, and I'm just sharing that screen. So if you can share your screen, absolutely. Can we increase the number of words allowed in the questions? Yes, you can. You can fill out longer quizzes if you want. I think it's up to 250 characters. If you need to add more, so for example, here I can add my question. I can also add a meta description if I want to add more text, if you have. And here, yes, we can write up to 60 characters, or what is it? 70 characters. Good. Very observant questions today. I like you folks. It's we seem to know what we're doing here. Yeah, we already answered that. Great. That looks like it's it for the Q&A part. Oh, here we have one last one here. Can we use multi-languages during the presentation? Yes, you can. Mentimeter supports a bunch of different languages. The easiest thing to change the language is going up here to settings and then scroll down to the bottom and then choose presentation language. Now, what will happen here is that the presentation itself will stay in the language that you have, but the Mentimeter will change. So let's do, if I change to Japanese, you will see in the Mentimeter that we get it in Japanese. But the user, the interface will here, but the menti.com link will change. Let me change that back to English. All right, folks, I think that is it for the webinar today. Thank you, everybody, so much for participating. Some really observant questions today. I feel like we had a high level, and hopefully people learned a thing or two. I have a few things for you here. Oh, we're getting some amazing from the audience. Thank you so much. I have the Menti Academy. Check that out if you want to learn more. We have 11 brand new slides. Thank you. Learned a couple of new tricks. That's great to hear. We have the YouTube links. You feel free to add me on LinkedIn. And also, if I didn't answer anything, go ahead and send me an email. So I have some links there. And also, before I leave you, I want to give you the chance, if you're thinking of using Mentimeter in your work environment and you think that it might help your organization, put in your email here and we'll reach out to you for a personalized demo. We're getting a lot of love in the chat and some love for Astra. Astra, how did it go? I think it went quite well today. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think I learned a few new things myself, and the segmentation of votes always has me going, like heart eyes emoji. So always love seeing that, and yeah, a lot of new fun things.
Yeah, I think people learned a few things here and there. Once again, Asta, thank you so much. All the links that you've sent will stay in the chat, everybody. So if there's anything you're wondering, you can just scroll up. Everything is logged. Once again, this is being recorded. So if you want to watch it again, you could just stay in the room or check your email afterwards. We're getting okay. Yeah, that email. Put it in the form here, and you'll be able to get a personalized demo. Great, folks. Thank you once again. Thank you, Astra, Kylie, Cecilia, Kevin, Christina, Humberto, everybody. And hopefully I will see you in a webinar very shortly. That's it for me. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.